Up, we have Mercedes, who is going to be making their own OS, and they're calling it MB.OS, which is just Mercedes-Benz OS, and it's going to operate pretty much every major system in their EVs, from infotainment to charging and even their autonomous driving. So this is, basically Tesla's system, but they're making their own. They're not buying one. They're not using anyone else's. They're going to do it all in-house. So this is partially because they want to just standardize it across their entire portfolios by the mid-decade, the entire portfolio of cars, that is, by the mid-decade, providing full upgradability and cost and improvements. Again, basically just going the Tesla route. I'm glad to see other car companies doing it this way, though, because that's just the only way they're going to catch up. So the operating system will feature navigation and maps from Google and be supported by NVIDIA's Orin ORIN system on chip to enhance automated driving systems. Basically, they're announcing a multi-billion-dollar deal with Luminar to incorporate the company's Iris LiDAR technology into the next generation of vehicles by mid-decade to help safely navigate the automated driving systems that MB.OS will deliver. So, partnering to help make this shit happen. And yeah, hopefully this goes well for them. I'd love to see someone come and compete with Tesla with like a real self-driving system. Everyone else is like mapping roads and then taking those maps and allowing the car to drive based off that. It'd be nice to see a different version where hopefully what Mercedes is going to do with a system like this is the same way Tesla does it, where the car is mapping the roads, reporting things back, and then an algorithm and people are going through and training the car. So it can constantly learn and update, and as roads change, the car can learn. You don't have to go rescan roads every time. So again, hopefully that's what's really happening. I'm excited to see some competition show up in the next few years here, where there's actually like Tesla kind of has to worry. Right now, well, other electric cars have these creature comforts that Teslas might not offer in terms of like battery and self-driving. Yeah, Tesla gets a lot of crap for it, but it's because they're leading the charge. And it'd be great to see some of that changes. Whoa, I said chains because that is actually what we're going to be talking about next. And discussion questions for the Mercedes ones, first off. So what benefits could this system offer over, other operating systems? Like I said, I think when a company does something in-house, the first couple generations are going to be rough, but after that, I think once you do it in-house, it's a lot easier to do things the way you need them done and kind of go and do it correctly for your customers. I think that's what this is going to help Mercedes with for sure. And that was one of the other questions ChatGPT had here was, how will this affect their relationship with customers? Like I said, first few generations are probably going to be rough, but after that, when they start getting these things set up in the right way to be, functioning with the customer as it should with the system, just, it's going to take a couple years to iron that stuff out. And then after that, they'll be in a much better spot. And then just the last one here, implementing advanced automated driving features in a broader scale within its portfolio, and how might these be addressed? So what challenges will they face, doing this? I think they're going to come under similar flack to what Tesla's been going through, their self-driving and accidents and stuff like that. That's just how these systems are going to have to learn to an extent, is just by doing it. And as long as it's safer than a person and you're doing everything you can to allow it to be autonomous so it can learn and let people know if it's like kind of getting jank, then that's really all you can do.